What's up, y'all? And welcome back to Tisha the Diva, Tisha Tuesdays. And I'm your host, Tisha. I like how that sounds when people be like, I'm your host. Like, yeah, this shit all about me. What's up, y'all? This is for my ladies. And this is my 7th episode. Last week, I kind of talked briefly about, my past and my struggles and wanting to reinvent myself and just having confidence through difficult situations and the sacred art of minding your damn business. So that's what last week episode was about. I did talk about things that I've went through, things that I've experienced, again, with, things being on the internet about me and basically how I overcame that. This week, I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to talk to my single people. Because, me being a single black female, now I am dating, like I'm dating, but I'm still single. And I feel like you're single until you're married. And some people feel that, just because you've been with the person for some time and common law, y'all live together. No, you're still single until you physically sign some documents, y'all stand up in front of the judge and all that stuff. You are single. And yeah, I know some of y'all seen my video where I talked about being a healthy single. Yes, there's a such thing as being a healthy single. I'm one. And I just want to just talk about, people who are single by choice and, people who marry young. And of course, we're going to talk about sex and waiting until marriage, along with some other things. So I say I'm a healthy single because I understand the importance of not only being alone, but also understanding that, when you getting to know somebody, just everything that it takes to get to know somebody, the dates, the communication, the intimacy, and just to let you know, intimacy doesn't always have to be sex, okay? But you know what? Before I start, I want to give a disclaimer, just a real quick disclaimer, because I let my mom listen to one of my podcasts, and when I was cussing and stuff, she was just like, "Ooh, I don't think that just turned me off." I'm like, "Girl, I cuss in front of you all the time. Well, not all the time because it's disrespectful, but I might say like a couple of little cuss words and stuff in front of my mom. But I do want to let you all know that this is unfiltered, this is raw, all that stuff. So it might have a little cussing. I might say bitch and fuck and dick and stuff like that. But I just want to let you know. So I guess maybe at the beginning or, just a little disclaimer that, this content might be for, what's the little disclaimer thing that they be saying? But it's for a mature audience, okay? So if you have sensitive ears or you don't like people who cuss a lot and all that stuff, you might not want to listen to this because sometimes I try to make sure that I'm mindful of the things that I say, but then also, hey, you're going to get it how I give it. Back to the singles, okay? So this is for my ladies. Where my single ladies at, all right? I want to talk to y'all. For me, I've been single since 2006, 2000, not six, but 2016, 2017. My last relationship, I can say that probably has been one of the best relationships that I probably have ever experienced in my life. And not to say like discredit, anybody else. However, I felt that that last relationship that I was in, it basically opened my eyes and allowed me to see who the woman that I always wanted to be, the woman that I am now. And I'm definitely thankful for that relationship because it was healthy. It was healthy. However, on my journey of just finding myself and again exploring, my womanhood and all that stuff or whatever, I felt that it was time to exit the relationship. And it was after like 9 months and all that stuff. But I went to my, then ex, and I was just like, you told me in the beginning that if things didn't work out romantically between you and I, you always wanted to be friends. And I said, does that offer still stands? Because I no longer want to be in a relationship. I prefer to be single, but I still want to be your friend. Now, me, I'm the type of person, once we break up, I don't want to be your goddamn friend. I don't want, nope, don't call me, bitch, you should have been with me. But I know for him, he told me in the beginning that if it didn't work out romantically, he always wanted to be friends. But I went to him and I'm like, does that offer still stands? I still want to be your friend, not romantically involved as lovers, but just as friends, because I think you're a great person. And to this day, I still really pray that God blesses him with the woman that deserves him. I do feel that I was a good woman to him, but there's somebody that's a little bit better than me that's supposed to be with him, and I definitely hope that, he finds that. But now, currently I'm dating somebody and I'm seeing somebody, exclusively. Exclusively me, it's just me and him, nobody else, no little outsiders and all that stuff. And me dating him exclusively, meaning I'm not texting other people or he's not texting. I mean, I don't know what he do. To be honest, I only know what I do. But I know he ain't texting nobody else. My conversation's too good. But anyway, so just dating exclusively, us communicating, us really getting to know each other. However, I'm still single. Just because I'm dating somebody exclusively, I'm still single because I don't have a ring on my finger, okay? But we still do, relationship stuff or whatever, hang out, of course, have sex and all that good stuff or whatever. But we communicate. We talk about the future. We talk about, the things that we want out of life. And it's okay. Like, sometimes people try to make it seem like it's a bad thing to be single. It's okay to be single. And the only reason why people make it look like it's a bad thing, those are people who have issues and problems with being alone, being by themselves. Some people get out of relationships and then just hop, into another relationship without even figuring out who they are in between that time, because you change, your mental change, your attitude changes about certain things or whatever, and people don't really take that time to spend time with their self. I know before I decided to start dating again, I spent some time with myself. I basically had to really understand who I was. What do I want to be? How, as a woman, what do I want people to know me as? Who do I want to know me? And all that great stuff. So, and I decided that, I wanted to be single by choice. And yes, people can be single by choice. People don't always have to be in a relationship. People don't always, once they leave one, they have to get into another one. Take some time to figure out who you are. Take some time to figure out, because there are probably some things that you don't like, but when people get into a relationship, they trying to compromise. And I seen this clip with Eartha Kitt, and she was talking about compromise. Compromise for what? Like, I'm sharing myself with you. Why do I have to compromise anything? And I'm at this point where I'm not compromising who I am for anybody to like me or want to be with me or to be deemed worthy of marriage and all of that stuff. Nah, because if somebody likes me, they're going to like me for who I am. They're going to like me for what it is that I'm doing, what it is, who it is that I'm trying to be. And that's why, the person who I'm dating now, or, we're dating. I'm going to ask to make sure we are dating after this podcast. But, he likes me for who I am. He likes me for how I talk and, just everything about me is like he's into that. I don't have to change for him to like me, and I'm not about to do it anyway, because it's like, this is how you met me, this is how I am. Now I do know how to switch stuff and turn it off and turn it on, but overall I'm not changing. And people change when they're in a relationship. Know who you are before you get into something, because again, when you don't know who you are trying to get in a relationship and all that stuff, you start to switch up. No. Be who you are all the time, unless you're just a badass goddamn person, because some people really do need to change, because some people, and I go back to how people were raised. Like, who raised you? I was dating this one guy who was a womanizer. When I tell you he was a straight, it's like he would talk to women for anything. If a woman had something to offer him or whatever, he didn't give a damn what it was. It's just like he had to talk to a lot of women. I'm like, you can't talk to me or say that you want to be with me, but you're still entertaining other people. Like, that doesn't make sense. You can't have your cake and eat it too. But what I had learned was his mother pretty much chose his stepfather over him. You know, when he was younger, you know, he said that his stepfather was like abusive to him and all of that stuff or whatever. And when he showed me a picture of his stepfather, I was like, I know exactly why he was abusive to you, because he probably used to get fucked up, his little black self. Like, kids can be so mean. So I understand, like, you know, you with this lady who got this bright, high yellow son with green eyes, and all he remember is the childhood trauma that he used to experience, you know, when he was younger. So he took his anger out on him and used to abuse the boy. And then when he got older, you know, his mother's now husband was like, you know, you got to choose me or your son. She chose her husband, leaving, you know, but so therefore the relationship that he was pretty much looking for a mother in women, seeing what he can get, wanting that attention, longing that attention, wanting that love that he didn't receive, the love that he lacked from his mom. And she ought to be a goddamn ashamed of herself, for real, because and no man have you choosing your child. Like, choosing them over your child, something that you birthed into this earth, something that you created, something that stayed in you for 9 months or however, because some people don't make it, you know, the 9 months and all that stuff. But before this man came along, when his dad decided to leave, that was the man in your life. And you so busy worried about somebody wanting you and loving you and being there and being that provider and you having that stability, that you disown and neglect your own child. That doesn't make sense to me. But people go through things, how they are in relationships, sometimes is because of how they were, or how they seen their mother, father, sometimes not mother, sometimes not father, because sometimes it might just be a single household. But a lot of times people are, you know, the relationships is based on how their relationship was with their family, their parents, and all of that stuff. I know for me, as long as I know, my mom, she was married to my sister's dad, but he passed away, and she was with my brother's dad. Now, I saw how the relationship between my mom and my brother's dad, for the most part, there was a little bit of abuse going on, but for the most part, as I can remember, the relationship, when they won't fighting and all of that stuff, it was good. You know, we had both mom and dad in the house or whatever. But then I also saw how my mom was treated, and I know I didn't want to be treated that way. I don't want no man hitting on me. Only to have gotten in a relationship, like when I was 19, graduated, you know, from high school and all that stuff, I got into an abusive relationship, and I always was like, oh, that'll never be me. I wish a nigga would put his hands on me. Like, only the goddamn nigga did put his hands on me, and we used to fight. We used to fight. Point blank, period. That's not healthy, y'all. That's not healthy. Being in a relationship where a person is physically abusing you, That's not healthy at all. It's not. It's really, really not. And it all goes to show like that self love and that self care. I know some of y'all had seen me post some stuff about self love and self care. That is so real. When you are struggling to love yourself, when you are struggling to find parts of you that you adore, that you like, or you feel like you lack something, you enter toxic relationships. You get with anything. Like you chasing that feeling, you chasing that high. That's just like people who do drugs. You know, once you get that high, you want it again. You don't care what you gotta go through. You don't care if you in the goddamn back corner sucking some dick for some crack. You just want to get high. Like, you don't care. You don't care. And that's just how it is. Love is one of those feelings that love is, it give you that feeling with the butterflies and all of that stuff. But people will take love or lust or just affection and try to run with it. Or even if somebody show you attention, you be like, oh, they love me. Nah, they just showing you some attention. Like, I mean, you're a human being, you know, like you do have feelings and all that stuff. We all have feelings. I mean, unless you just a ippy ass goddamn person that don't give a fuck about nothing. But we all have feelings. But those people who enter toxic relationships and all that stuff, that's because they haven't master or experience being a healthy single. When you a healthy single and somebody come in your life and they doing shit that you just like, you gonna put us into it. See what you're doing? I don't like that. How you like, you know, what you said to me, that hurt my feelings. Like, I wouldn't dare let nobody talk to. 'Cause it's certain things like people can't talk to me a certain type of way. For one, I'm sensitive. I don't want my feelings to be hurt. But there are certain things like people can't say stuff to me because I know that with the way I, you know, how I am, you know, it probably would hurt my feelings, or I'm just not about to tolerate it. I don't care what it is. I don't care how cool we joking and all of that stuff. It's just certain things that just shouldn't be said. Like, I don't give a damn how unless we had sex and talking dirty, don't call me out my damn name. You hear me? Like, that, we not about to have that. I know some people that like, bitch, nah, that's verbal abuse. That's verbal abuse, and it's not tolerated. It's not acceptable. So again, be a healthy single. A healthy single. Know who you are. Figure out what the things that you want, the things that make you happy. Explore yourself, explore your body. Find out about things that get you off. It's okay. A healthy single, meaning that you don't have to, and this goes to the conversation of sex. Being a healthy single, you don't have to be having sex with just any old body. You can have sex by yourself. I have sex by myself sometimes. Throw the best porn I can find, get a little toy, and it's wrapped, knocked out, boom. Faster than the nigga could do it, all right? I'm good. But, again, healthy single. My mouth dry, hold on. A healthy single. And one of my best friends, she had used the term a serial dater. And I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, serial dater? Bitch. Like, and I remember being a serial dater too, because the bitch was hungry. Like, I need to go on a fucking date because the bitch needed to be fed, all right? Like, I used to be serial dating too, serial dating for meals. But let me tell you something about that, all right, ladies? Now that I'm 29, about to be 30, I don't do no serial dating, and I'm not about to fucking go out with nobody if I ain't got my own goddamn money to pay for my bill. Y'all better stop fucking going on dates being broke. At least take your ass about $20, $25 so you can at least cover your meal. But if you know, like, we not about to be dating because we hungry, all right? It's okay when you're younger, but after a certain age, we can't date just because we hungry. I did because I'm hungry, though. But the dude I talked to, he know I'm always hungry because we always high. Shit, we be high as a kite. We be hungry, having the munchies and stuff. But anyway, healthy single. Now, again, being single by choice. Being single by choice is sometimes you just gotta be single. You always looking for somebody to come and save the day and, be your knight in shining armor. Bitch, you need to be your own knight in shining armor. Being single by choice, that's you getting your money right. You getting your credit right. You getting your skin right. You goddamn getting your 8 hours of beauty rest. You drinking your water, your minding your business. That's sometimes what being single is. Being single is getting your shit together. Get your shit together, because the thing about it is, now, niggas don't want no female that they almost got their shit together. Like, you might be, okay, yeah, you pretty and all of that stuff, whatever, but what you got going on for yourself? Niggas not checking for just beauty no more. Niggas want to see, how can you benefit my life? What can this woman do to help make me a better man? These how niggas are thinking now. Not saying that they haven't always been thinking, but these niggas know they worth too, bitch. They know they worth. So if they know they worth, you need to figure out yours. And if that is being single, taking the time, taking 3 months, 6 months, a year, and you just know like nothing, now, yeah, go out on dates, because people still want to be courted. People still want to go out on dates. Do what you need to do, but also understand being healthy. Being a healthy single is also making sure that you have protected sex, that you making sure you go to the doctor and all of that stuff or whatever. If anything, we women, things happen to our vagina out of our control for no goddamn reason. But you need to be making sure that you always on top of your shit. Don't nobody want no dirty ass female, all right? So just make sure that you just stay on top of your shit while you're being single. And then also I wanted to talk about people marrying young. I have some friends, who, had married high school sweethearts and, marrying young and all of that stuff or whatever. And I have conversations, with my friends who are, recently engaged and all of that stuff or whatever. My sister, which I have to shout out, she just got engaged a couple of days after her birthday. And congratulations. I'm so happy for you. And now that my sister got a goddamn ring on her finger, my baby says, I go to her for fucking advice. She got a ring. I need to be talking to her. Saying like, look, sis, how you know if a nigga like you? Like, how you know? Man, that cracked my sister up when I asked her that. But seriously, bitch, like, you got a ring. It's some shit that I need to know. Like, let me know. Nothing is wrong with marrying young at all. But you just need to understand that it's a life commitment. Like, that's a life commitment. And shit happens, y'all. Like, things happen. People change. But this is what somebody told me. One of my next door neighbors, he told me, if there are certain things that you desire and that you want to do, even sexually and all that stuff, and your man or woman isn't willing to do that or compromise, he said, don't get in a relationship or don't marry them. So the conversation was talk about eating ass. My neighbor, he said his wife know he not eating no ass. So if she wanted a nigga to eat her ass, they might as well had not got married, because that's just something that he not about to do. People be getting in relationships knowing that they girl boring, don't get head, but you still marry her, but you cheating and then going, like, that don't make sense to me. You might as well stay single. If there's certain desires or things that you want or your needs that need to be met, and the woman or the man that you're with don't do that, why we even waste your time? Break up with that motherfucker. It's okay. It's all right to say that that person doesn't like my fantasies and all of that stuff and all whatever. He don't do it or she don't do it. I think that's a very great reason to walk away, because I don't need you cheating on me. I don't want you cheating on me just because of something that I'm not willing to try or don't want to do. That just don't make sense. And again, sex. Let's talk about sex. Because I feel like it is important being single and having sex. It's just not saying that they go hand in hand, because there can be some abstinent, there can be some celibate singles, there can be some goddamn sexual singles. But you have to understand, like, that is a sacred art. Like, sex is an art, and it's to be shared with people who, you got to care about them a little bit. I mean, I not saying that you got to be ready to marry a person, but I mean, you do have to care a little bit. But some people just have casual sex and just don't give a fuck. That's why a lot of men, they be having multiple women because they don't care. They just see a fucking fat ass and all of that stuff, and they just want to be like, how loud can that ass clap? Like, they want to know. They want to know. But I lost my goddamn train of thought. But again, you just got to know, like, what it is that you want. And again, that's what I was talking about. Abstinence, singles, celibate singles, and all of that stuff or whatever. Some people, now I was talking to my coworker, and she was just like, oh, I wish that I could just have sex with people. I gotta love them, like, in order to have sex with them. I'm like, bitch, you being selfish as fuck to yourself. Like, you ain't got to love every goddamn body. Like, you're a woman. Like, you're a female. You're a woman. Like, okay, yeah, if you got to get off by yourself, that's absolutely fine and stuff. But sometimes you need that real life goddamn penetration. Sometimes you need that. Like, you need a body next to you and all of that stuff. And being you so worried about trying to find somebody to love you, and you got to love somebody that has sex, it's like soon as you get with somebody, it's just like, oh my gosh, like, I think I love him and all of this stuff. No, you think you love him because you want to have sex. Let's be honest. You feel like you love him because you want to have sex. But if you just go ahead and it could be an ex. Me personally, I don't go back. I'm not going back. No, I'm not doing it. However, there are some people who still do. But if you just feel like you just need that body, find that person that you feel comfortable with just calling like, I don't want nothing. I don't need nothing from you. I just need to get off real quick. And you're the person, my trusted confidant, that I want to call and I just want to do. That's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But for you to just say, like, you might as well just wait till you married then. If you're going to talk about something, you wait till you in love and all of that stuff or whatever, bitch, you might as well just fucking wait till you married, because then what you going to do when you fall out of love and he don't want to be with you no more? That just don't make sense to me. But again, waiting until marriage. I remember I used to say I was going to wait until marriage to have sex and all of that stuff, but shit happens. Sometimes do I wish I would have stayed? Me personally, I don't want to be with no virgin. Like, I don't think I could be with a dude that's a virgin, because there are certain things that I like or whatever. And if you can't do that, and if I got to keep telling you, like, I need you to touch me here, or touch me like that. No, I don't, like, okay, I don't mind telling, because it's just some people who some bitches just like certain stuff. Like, I ain't with all of that goddamn rough shit. I'm sensitive. Like, that hurt. Ouch. But and certain stuff is like, again, I don't want to be with no virgin. I need for somebody to be a little experienced, got a couple bodies and all of that stuff or whatever. Like, and I ain't even about to ask you your count, because I don't even care. As long as you do it right, that's all I care about. Thank you to the female that taught you before me. Thanks, ma'am. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. But again, what was I talking about? Because I'm all over the place. And I wrote my notes down and all of that stuff. But yeah, be a healthy single. Know who you are. Know what you want. The person that you're supposed to be with, or the person that want to be with you, they gonna come. But you gotta know who you are. You gotta be so deeply rooted in what you have going on, and your dreams and your goals and all of that stuff, that can't nobody get you off track, because anybody that come in your life is just a bonus. For real. Like, I was talking to somebody who they thought that they knew me and all of this stuff and knew what I wanted. I'm like, nigga, you have no idea. You just see me post on Instagram and all of this stuff, and you just got this whole notion and this whole idea of, what you think I want, you're wrong. You're completely wrong. I don't need a man. I don't need one. Well, I mean, I guess we all need a man. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody. So I do take that back. But I know that anybody that come in my life is just a bonus because I'm getting my shit together on my own. I know for me, when I do enter a relationship, I don't want to have a lot of fucking baggage. I ain't trying to be in no debt or nothing. I want to be debt free when I enter, a relationship or a marriage and all of that stuff because I don't like issues and I don't like problems. And I know that sometimes money and all of that stuff can be a problem and all that. But it's just for me. For me, there's certain things that I want to do before I enter a relationship or whatever. Now, I might not be completely out of that, but when I tell, like, again, for instance, the guy who I'm currently dating, I'm on this whole total money makeover and all of that stuff. What? That nigga motivated. He just like, he probably still have his whole ideas and all of that stuff. But the fact that I'm passionate about it makes him passionate about it. The fact that I'm passionate about my dreams and my goals and my podcast, that makes him passionate about things that he has going on in his life. Make him want to be a better person and a better man because he see that I'm doing everything that I need to do to be a better woman. And in order for me to be I want to be a better woman or a great woman for whoever God has intended for me to be with, And God ain't gonna give me no anything because he know what I want. He know what I want. And I be praying too. And my grandma told me that God got somebody for me. So hopefully the dude that I'm with, he like me enough that maybe, I don't know, want to settle down. Have a couple kids, get a house, couple houses, and all that good stuff. But yeah, but still, being a healthy single, I'm dating him, but I'm still single until he puts something on my finger. But I'm dating him exclusively because I like him, and I don't need no distractions or anything from anybody or any outsiders. So be a healthy single, y'all. Be a healthy single. Know when it's time to walk away. Know when it's time to, take things to another level. But you got to communicate. You got to talk. You can't talk enough. So what? This nigga might say that you talk too much. Girl, find you another nigga that like talking just as much as you. Because it's some guys that don't like talking. And you got to be careful for that. I mean, because some men are just men of few words. And when it is time, it's time. But, you got to understand, you can't ask questions enough. I ask questions about everything. I even ask if you've been with a man before. Ask these questions because some of these niggas is gay, y'all. Bisexual, down low, undercover. Ask they ass everything. Look at their body language and how. Pay attention to everything. Pay attention to everything. I mean, sometimes people be like, oh, I just don't want to know and all that stuff. Okay, you may not want to know, but when that shit come up later on, be prepared. Be prepared. I'm going to ask, let one of my homegirls call me up and be, oh, I'm talking to so-and-so. Oh, girl, I heard he was, what? I bet. We talking, I'm going to find some type of way to get up in there to find out. And if that ain't the right answer that I was looking for or he ain't answering, I'm asking it in another way. Another way. You got to find out. Know who you dealing with. Know who you sleeping with. And then everything. And if you can't figure it out and if you still struggling with anything within you, that you get your shit together before you think about talking to anybody, all right? Because ain't nobody here to save you. You got to save yourself, all right? Be a healthy single. Be a healthy single. Even if you talk to somebody for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months and all of that stuff or whatever, and you just like, all right, I had enough. But don't lead nobody on. Because sometimes you still got to hit a nigga with, but I'm single though. Because you are. You are. If anybody likes you enough or want to be with you, a man know who he want to be with. He know if this woman is his wife. He know if he want to grow with her. He knows. He knows, and it don't take him a long time to figure it out. Usually it don't take him a long time to figure it out. But again, you got to understand it's with communicating, it's with talking, it's with being intimate and all of that stuff. And again, intimacy doesn't always have to be sex, y'all. It's really not. Sometimes intimacy can just y'all two being together, conversing and talking about your dreams, talking about your goals. It could just, be a touch. It could be how he look at you, how she look at you. It's so many levels to it. But again, y'all, singles, healthy single, know who you are, know what it is that you want. Know what it is that you want out of a person so that you're not trying to change somebody. If a person want to change, they're going to change. They're going to change. And it's not going to be hard, because a person really changed for who they want to be with. So if the dude that you talking to or anybody that he just ain't getting it together, ditch they ass. Ditch them, because it's somebody out there that's looking for you the same way that you looking for their ass. All right? So, healthy singles. Make sure you protect yourself. Make sure you're not healthy in the mind, healthy down there, just healthy all around, all right? So that's all I got for you, all right? So I'll talk to y'all next. Oh, bitch, it's Beyonce's birthday. How did I forget? Happy birthday to the Queen Bee. It's September 4th, all right? Y'all know, y'all got to blast that Beyonce all day today, all right? Tisha Tuesday, every Tuesday. So y'all already know what time it is. Catch me tonight at 757 Dance for Desire Dance with Jess. And then also before that, Synergy. They have hip hop at 7 o'clock. And then there's like a jazz and ballet at 6. Also, make sure you shop my website, Divas Dripping Jewels. That's Divas Dripping Jewels. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Listen to me on SoundCloud, Spotify, Anchor app, Breaker, Radio Public, all those platforms. Y'all, I'm still waiting on iTunes. They need to hurry up. They don't want a bitch to be great. Once I get on fucking iTunes, I think a bitch might have goddamn cookout with hamburgers and hot dogs, some cookies and punch and shit. We had a little celebration. But anyway, my headphones falling off my ears, so that means time to go. I'm out.